Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Curse of Mother Mystery. We're playing Curse of Straw, the module, but it's been changed, transformed, become better, and we're playing in the system and setting of Frostmark the RPG. With me, I have a wonderful cast of players. We got Lady Lyria, the half-elven magus, played by Julie. Hello.
I'm not ready for this. Get me some more ale, please.
We got Kelpin, the Gnome Ranger, played by Weewoo. Hello, Marga.
The only thing keeping me going at this point is mushrooms and steam.
Nix of the Vistani, the Tiefling Bard, played by Adrian. Good evening to you, sir.
The rage burns within me.
And
Scary.
certainly not least, we got Sir Asphodel, the Dragonborn Paladin, played by Aeronox. Hello! As always, there's a content warning for tonight for gore, gothic horror, and bad language. So what happened last time, guys? We were here, like 4 weeks ago. Does anybody wanna...
Open things, I'm
There's-
stuffing my face. Sorry.
There's several things, alright? The drama is getting thick,
I'm
guys.
trying to
Okay.
It's
think
getting
what
heated.
was last time and what was... I remember we brought like doll to the Vistani camp, but I don't know if that was part of that session or the one before.
That was one before where it ended with his name is Luvash saying you guys said like if you stop this, innocent people are going to get hurt, and that session
Yeah.
ended with him saying
Alright.
they
I
already
wasn't
have-
sure if that was at the beginning of the session and we ended it like
we ended there. So this
or
last
if
session
it was like the ending. So then we went back to the town and Valeria wanted to talk to a bunch of people.
last session ended with you guys. Last session started with you guys being in the camp, the Vistani camp. And Calvin, you went to check on the progress with your ladle with Celical.
It looks very nice.
Yeah, you were very happy with that. And then Asphodel and Lyria, you started talking with Casimir for quite some time.
That is right. We asked for his input of some of the things that are going on and what the Vistani are up to, and that they seem to be basically preparing for war.
Yes, and Casimir thought that was ultimately a good thing because there was less violent submission to Strahd, considering, for example, the Boreas happened, where Strahd flooded the village of Boreas because the one he was courting, the daughter of the burgomaster there, she was murdered by her father. Yes. Alright. You, on your way back from the Vistani camp, you had quite a lot of different discussions about how to deal with the situation. Thinking about, should we just kill the burgomaster on our own before all of this?
Just real quick, get a knife and find the back.
No, I
Yeah.
remember I saw the episode just now that you thought about pushing him into the teleportation circle, actually.
Oh yeah, I remember
And we also had a talk in the church with Father Lucian.
Oh, yeah.
Where you guys observed a few of the people of the congregation.
And we learned that there was a kind of a suggestion, or mass suggestion, or some sort of brainwashing
that. On the town,
happening.
like...
Yeah.
Yes.
Basically no free will.
Well, free will to an extent, I think.
Mm-mm.
If there's a, like... okay,
Well,
not
we
looking
know
at
that
it
there's
right
some
now.
like weird brainwashy shit going on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burgomaster be up to no good.
which is why we decided to ultimately support Lady Wachter.
And
Yeah,
what,
For the
increased
time
our-
being.
Yes.
Increased our fears that they could be sleeper agents that didn't know that they were, on the burgomaster's side, just because they're brainwashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We also tried to see Victor. Didn't work out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lyria tried to convince him that, like, that well, he tried to gain his trust, and that he sort of like needs to, if he wants to get out of light, he needs to fuck off. But then he kind of turned out to be a dick, and now we're all very intent on murdering him, which only got confirmed by later event that it might be the right course of action.
Yeah, and like
He
Asphoda doing
like he didn't have any regrets.
yeah,
so-
no regrets, and like Asphoda in the changing room was hearing bits and pieces, was just like, why are you giving him a chance? You know, she was like,
Why
why?
being an asshole?
Why?
Yeah.
Wake up with that bitch.
Why give him the chance? He's shown his true colors. He ain't good.
And Victor says that he is gonna try to make his teleportation circle succeed, or he's gonna try to leave Valaki for the village of Barovia.
Yeah, and
Where he wants to redo his stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, Illyria was under the impression that he, you know, was just like a kid with a weird interest in necromancy.
But no, he's a full-on necromancer, stereotypically.
Oh, and after that, like Nick's got some sticky hands, and nicked the book, his little diary.
Yeah, a few pages out of it. He actually succeeded on his intelligence
Didn't he
check.
also grab his wallet?
Yes,
Yeah, and his wallet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I stole money from him. That you did. Quite a lot of gold, actually. I made a roll.
Yeah.
And it turned out to be very lucky in your guys' favor. But you snatched a few pages from his notebook, like the last, what seems to be pretty recent. And back at the Blue Water Inn, Lyra goes downstairs to drink her sorrows away, and Nyx picks up the notes and starts to read.
That's where we.
She goes downstairs to drink her sorrows because Asphoda just like let loose on her.
Yeah.
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 I mean, hey, Asphoda got some new clothes, got some confidence.
So, what was in those notes, guys? Roughly.
Disgusting.
Basically, it
Vile.
turns out he was practicing spells on. I mean,
On
Illyria
her,
didn't
yeah.
know that yet, but he was indeed practicing spells on that girl and broke her mind because he's a
Stella.
evil motherfucker.
Yeah, he didn't realize that, hey, if I use too many spells on her, she's gonna break.
Yeah. Yeah, it was talk about suggestion.
And he doesn't regret it.
And fear.
Yeah.
And there was
Actually,
modifying
he's happy that
memory,
he used
dream.
her, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's an evil motherfucker.
There was also a lot of talk about the other.
Should we let him win? Should we sabotage the circle?
There was a lot of talk about the other.
Yeah, there was the mention of the other, which
Like
we know as this, like,
the employee or
force.
patron or something.
Yeah, that this force that's somehow also involved in that weird, like,
Yeah, and the little child getting possessed.
reformation camp, right?
No, that's
Wasn't
right.
it?
That
Yeah,
was
no,
the-
the other was somehow involved in the weird reformation bullshit as well, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that stuff where they were threatening to send us away to.
Yes, you basically have heard rumors that the other might be the one torturing people in the Reformation Center.
Well, that is one way to meet them.
Alright. Okay, yeah, no.
And we left the end of the session with
Fuming.
Nyx's eyes burning super red and Asphoda tearing apart pillows.
She's not tearing it apart. She's firmly grasping it. Okay.
Like, how many feathers are in your hands right now?
It's just the one.
Just the one feather.
Alright.
Calm down, you see?
Asphoda, I want you to make me a brawn check.
Oh shoot.
Asphoda's getting heated.
It's
Make
your
me a brawn
pillow.
check.
It's your
My
pillow,
pillow.
Tom.
you offend Asphoda?
My pillow, guys. All right. You said strength save or strength check?
Use a
Well,
strength
actually, it's
check.
not your pillow, it's the inn's pillow.
I'm sorry, Bex. I didn't quite catch you.
Just a check.
Okay, check.
You
let me
don't want to
see.
roll high.
Crit.
You don't want to
Crit,
roll
crit,
high.
Crit.
Crit,
Crit.
crit on that bitch.
Do it. Crit.
So,
Break it like you're gonna break it.
Oh,
Okay, good. The
Aw.
pillow is safe. The pillow is safe from your
Aw.
harm.
nat
She
3. Damn.
can keep cool. Ha! Ah.
Or is the pillow just that well made?
You're laughing in our faces. This is not a good start to the session.
It's a pretty good
I think
pillow.
it's a wonderful
pretty good
start. I'm
pillow.
laughing. Wherever
I have to
jovial.
say it is quite. Yeah.
Okay, let's
It's
go
better
back.
than some of the last ones. Cough. The vampires cough.
No, let's. Here we are. Here we are, and let's switch up the music. Here we are. A little bit loud background. Let me fix that. The background noise as well. A little bit loud. There we go. Okay. So, let's start with Illyria downstairs. Are you just drinking? Or what's
I
happening?
mean, she went downstairs and was like asking
Uh-huh.
for a drink, but she's not actively trying to get drunk, seeing like that she knows what's probably gonna go down.
Right, it's more like the act of it rather than the result of it. Yeah, no, it's about lunchtime by now. So
Daytime drinking, nice.
the inn is in full swing for those who wants to come over and have a drink. In a corner, you do see the two sons of Lady Wachter, Carl and Nikolai. They drinking as well. They are drunk. You
Oh, I assumed they would know what's going to be happening, so are they
Yeah.
wanting to? Is the question.
and you also got, a few Barovian commoners and tradespeople of, different status. You got the two hunters, Yevgeny and Crushkin. But somebody is not here. Our bard, Octavio.
Yeah, Octavio.
But you get your ale from Danica, who serves downstairs.
Right, I mean, if there's like a
Uh,
place at the bar, she's just gonna sit there.
All right. Danica gives you a look, but she's a little bit busy right now. Handing out food and stuff, serving a lot of people. Rush hour.
Illyria spent some time just kind of like looking around, trying to ignore all of this bullshit for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's probably gonna notice that her friend is missing.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And like next time she catches Danica, like when she's not too busy, or like when she's kind of like looking at her, she's gonna be like, "So where's Octavio?"
Hasn't been here all day. I don't know. Where is that? Do you know?
I don't. Why would I?
Seem lite chummy, you two. Oh, was that private territory? I'm very sorry.
I'm sorry, what did you say back?
She said you seem pretty chummy together. Gregarious, friendly.
Oh. Well, I recognize the songs, and I think there's more to him than he let on. But I never really got to confirm my suspicions with everything that we caught up in.
Well, there's always a story to everybody. But if you do see him, tell him to stop slacking on his job.
Will do.
Alright, another light ale there.
Sure.
Okay.
Maybe I should just go look for him so I can, like, escape Asphara for a little while longer.
If you want to. But today, I would recommend that you stay close to your friends.
I guess. Just kind of like gonna, sort of like sink on like the bar a little bit, seem like somewhat like defeated, just continue drinking.
Alright. Okay. Upstairs. What is the immediate reaction from the notes that you have just read?
Aswada, releases a long, frosty breath from her nostrils.
Nyx is just sitting there on the bed, kind of stunned by what he just read. But stunned is one emotion, the other is a feeling of hatred and rage and vengeance. And his breathing is deep and purposeful and strong. But he sits there quietly digesting the words that he read. His eyes glowing brighter red with each deep breath.
Kelvin, you're sitting there on the chest, watching both of your friends basically go into like a fight mode almost. But what is Kelvin thinking right now?
Kelvin is going to stand up and offer out his hand to take the note. Or notes.
They're in his book. He did slam the book shut with the notes within it, so Nyx is holding on to his book. He's not necessarily paying attention to you, but he's not exactly shying away from you either.
I don't think it'll do us any good to hold on to those.
Oh no, they will do us plenty good. At least with the plan I have in my head right now.
Wish to share?
Of course. I think the two of us, right now, who has read these notes, are in agreement that that boy isn't going to leave ever, unless it is to the afterlife. So,
Is this something to do with the teleportation circle?
yes, and we both all know here that Lady Uvoctor has resources. She has a plan. And I plan to go over there, papers in tow, and just spill it all to her. That way, if things go south later, that boy will come back to a ruined teleportation circle and will die with his undead cats.
something more subtle, but I like the sound of yours.
It'll be a good hunt. He'll run, 'cause that's what a boy does. Run. He'll go to his little safe place, only to find out it's already been defiled.
I do not believe that this boy deserves the luxury of running. He toyed with the mind of an innocent. It is time someone else toys with his mind.
Well, isn't running only to find no escape? Another form of toying with his mind. The sense of hopefulness gone in an instant.
Whatever happens, no quarter given for those that deal in the likes of this animal.
Regardless, I do believe Lady Voctor should know. That way, she can plan further.
Do you really think that giving the evidence that this boy defiled the mind of her daughter would be in any way a planning reaction?
Well, it certainly will light a fire, a brighter fire, under her ass.
And take it. I want nothing more to do with these filth of literature. And he opens the book and tosses the papers.
She'll grab the papers, pick them up.
Alrighto. I have the papers in your possession.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna look out the window, see how, can she see the street from this window?
No, that window is towards the blacksmith house.
Okay.
It was walled.
Okay. And remind me that the procession is gonna be later tonight or tomorrow morning?
The festival is at dinner time tonight. Which
Okay,
is
dinner
like
time tonight.
early, like 5 o'clock probably starts.
Okay.
And
I
right
think
now
we should go
it's
to Ivacta's
lunch.
house now.
Well, I certainly would like to, at least to tell her about a possible escape route that boy might take. I don't have to tell her everything. Now, at least. Just tell her that there's an escape route that could be taken outside the gates.
Mm-hmm.
I do not recall if there was any windows up there.
There was
Pretty sure
one
there was a
window.
window to his study, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was one attic window. Yes.
To stop him from getting away, I could do a little sabotage, if we don't want that to happen, because who knows, he might be trying to do it now.
Very true.
Do you want me to?
We
What
can
are you
manage
able
it.
to do?
Sneak in through a window.
I think that it's on the second, third floor or something like this.
30th.
We can have a look around.
And there were guards. They turned us away, Kelvin, so unless you want to be invisible once more.
Not to mention that their guards are on high alert. Given how everybody is very on guard today.
I think was
I
the
might wait
intention
for later then.
was the intention might be amicable, and I am don't get me wrong, on exactly the same page as you both to sabotage as much as possible. At this point in time, with the festivities so close, the only real thing that we can possibly do is inform Lady Bacta. Unfortunately, give her our alliance as much as I regretted doing so. I hate the idea of the lesser of two evils, but I hate this boy even more.
Then I'm glad we're on the same page. Asphoda will stand up and, start for the door.
Mm-hmm.
Well, time is little now. I'm making my way towards her. Though, don't know if the guards may try to stop me. I wouldn't want to walk alone, especially with such papers on hand.
I am with you, Asphoda. Reluctantly and disparagingly, but I am with you.
Thank
I
you.
will either be with you, or if Illyria isn't, I'll look after her. I don't think it would be a good time to leave someone alone of our party during what's about to unfold.
Certainly not.
Everybody,
Well then.
let's
Shall I go ask?
No, let's just go. And we'll take her on though. And if she wants to come, well, we'll make her come. And if she wants to sulk the whole way.
Yeah, it's certainly not the time for sulking. Either grab your resolve or cry here.
Just let
Do
her read the
nothing.
pages as we walk. She'll understand. And if she is not leading the four of us by the end of what she reads, well, at least we know a little bit more about what goes on her mind.
Perhaps not as we walk. The guards may try to approach us and take it away. That's not what we want.
Why would a god take some papers from you? That doesn't make any sense.
Who knows? They could have grabby hands.
Maybe
Snatch it from you.
they don't know what I have. They don't know what we have. And she can read them within my book if it makes it look even less conspicuous.
That would actually do. Alright, well, we're off.
Alright, you guys go downstairs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Again. Oh god. Where did Asphoda go? She just flew.
Yeah, I just took myself.
Are you onto the stairs? Okay.
Yeah, I went
okay.
downstairs.
Alright, that makes sense. Makes sense. Alright.
Illyria, we're going.
It's more like a pitter-patter from Kelvin, of course.
It would be like slow, long strided stomps from Asphoda.
Going where?
We are heading to our next destination and we desperately require your assistance. We will let you know on the way.
Sure, whatever.
Alright. Walk out of there. That was a good interaction. Quick and to the point. Okay.
We're going.
We're going. Come with us.
This would have gone terribly wrong if Asphoda were the one to tell her that.
No, Asphoda has no
Oh,
words
true.
for Illyria.
Neither does Illyria have words for you, so we're good.
Yeah.
Alright. You're on the streets of Vallaki.
I hand Asphoda my book
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
to put the papers in.
Yeah, she'll put the papers in and hand it back.
Even more so than this morning, there's a lot of activity going on in Vallaki right now, and especially towards the town square. There's a lot of police out walking, and a lot of people moving things around. Yeah, more so than usual. They're, well, guards. They're walking around, helping with the preparations, making sure that everybody helps, and because, as you know, when you were taught the laws of Vallaki, people who live in Vallaki, it's mandatory that they help with the preparations of the festival. So that's what the police force is ensuring. You actually see them walk up to a house and like basically knock down the door to investigate if the occupants of the house has done enough for the festival. So, yes. But in this hustle and bustle around you, you do have a modicum of privacy from the sea of people that is busy with their different activities.
Nix will take the book from Asoda and walk quite close to Illyria and say, Illyria, I don't know how to really do this sort of thing, but I'm sure you are feeling certain things. We have come across some evidence.
Just get it.
Yeah, just read the torn pages in this book as we walk. We're heading to the battles.
Alright. And Illyria, you go through the notes.
Illyria does seem like increasingly angry if glance back, braiding it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess walking.
It's a pretty short walk, so even weaving in and out of people on your way to Wachter House, you don't have the time to finish all the notes before you reach basically the perimeter around Wachter House. There.
I think it's enough to get the gist of that he probably did it and he's kind of a dick.
Yes, it's definitely enough to get a gist. And in front of you, around Wachter House, on both sides of this main road leading up to the northern gate, there is what seems to be a bit of there's like 4 guards standing in the middle of the road. Their only job seems to be watching who comes and goes from Wachter House.
The lucky guards.
Mm-hmm. The lucky guards standing there, and it's a bit of a a standoff because you got the seemingly unarmed, two guards who were standing outside of the gates of the Wachter House itself, who was in Wachter's employ, and they're basically just staring at each other.
Asphodel just walks right through it. Just walks with confidence.
Okay. Boris is here. You got Igor and Boris. This is Boris, who was a little bit more quiet, seemingly leading these 4 guards. They do step aside for you guys, but he does call after you. Are you sure that you want to visit this place? Guest of Vallaki. What business could you possibly have with that woman?
if this place is a part of Valaki, then to my concern, I am just walking to another part of Valaki. And she is going to continue.
All right. It's a bit, like a telltale a video game, as in like the those loyal to Vargas will remember this in the
Everyone
upper
just
corner
likes it.
of the screen. But no, you're unimpeded. But the guard standing there gives you a wary look, and the woman who was there last time is still here, or on her shift. And she also tells you, you're not supposed to be here.
Is this the one for the Valaki or Vakter?
For Vakter. Standing outside the gates now.
Okay. She'll say, well, things have changed. I'll just say
Uh-huh.
I got across with a bit of information that I know could be of interest to Lady Vakter, and I want to ensure a certain somebody in that dreaded house of Vargas cannot leave, because I know that they have a little escape route.
So that
Yeah.
let the lady do her guard job duty. Lady Vakter awaits your presence.
She specifically told me that you weren't supposed to come back here. This is bad for the plants. Are you sure you want to do this? This can incriminate either you or her or all of us. Things are really tense right now.
She'll take a deep breath. Well then.
Can you just tell me and I tell her?
Do we know if this guard is like, 100% Vakter? Like we've only seen her here, not anywhere else?
You haven't seen her anywhere else than here. That's correct. And she is privately employed by Vakter to be a guard for the Vakter
Okay.
house.
For the Vakter house, okay. She'll ask her to look at Nyx and kind of give him a look of, can I just tell them that very vague one, not about the boy, but a possible escape.
I have a pen. And Nyx will take a page, rip the back page out of his book, and put it in the middle of his book with it open, and hand the pen to Asveda as he holds the book for her to write in it.
Okay, she writes in the book, the words escape route, not boy.
What?
What? What?
What? And then
What boy?
There's lots of words you can write. It's not just unless you write with your a handprint. I don't know.
she'll write more. She'll add, can I tell her about escape route, not the boy.
Oh, you're writing a message to Nyx?
Yeah, to Nyx.
Oh.
To Nyx.
Okay, Nix takes the paper, looking at Asphodel, like, scrunches it up and puts it in his pocket, rips out another page in the back, and, like, puts it in and says, "Dear Lady Vactor, I would like to inform you," and then hands the actual book back to Asphodel to write in.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll say, "I'd like to inform you that the Vargas house may have a working magic circle to escape in their attic."
Okay.
Signed, Asphodel.
Servant of Kelvin the Mighty.
Sure, we'll add that in. We'll add that in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He beams.
you hand over the note to the guard who like reads it quickly, gets like
You want to give her the papers as well? Like, wrapped up in this note as well?
Oh yeah, like sure.
Yeah.
alright.
Like, so that we don't have it.
No, we don't need it. We are already convicted.
Yeah, we're good. We don't want this
You
on
we
it.
mean,
don't-
you mean convinced?
Yeah, convinced, not
Convicted.
convicted.
Not convicted. We're not convicted of any crimes, okay?
No, it's in our conviction of, going through with it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant like convicted as in yeah.
Convicted has multiple meanings.
I didn't know.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
The guard nods when she receives these notes. She doesn't read it. She just immediately nods to her friend and then heads into Wachter House. And the other male guard says, "You should probably go now."
Asphodel will nod, and she'll the view of the Wachter Gate can also be viewed by the the Velaki guards, right?
Yes. So they saw
Okay.
everything that happened.
Yeah. And what's it? Asphodel nods her head. She kind of takes out her coin purse, just to like for the show of it,
Mm-hmm.
to look in, and kind of turns it upside down, showing that there's nothing in there, and she just breathes a big long sigh of, a little frustrated breath of like frost above her
Uh-huh.
before stomping right around.
Okay. Interesting.
Nix will, like, watch her go off and then side glance towards the guards that are watching. And just say, "She didn't like the tea." And walk after her.
Wasn't that
Okay.
good? Who the fuck serves tea cold anyway?
Do you want me to roll anything?
Do you need to roll anything?
Let's do deception with like disadvantage because all of this like incredibly incriminating, and then she didn't like the tea.
Why? It doesn't manipulation? Presence?
Yeah, I was thinking like deception presence.
Yeah.
Cause she was like doing body gestures.
Deception.
I mean, the tea could mean
presence.
two things, you know?
Okay.
Yeah. But with disadvantage.
Okay.
13.
Oops, that's not how I do it.
Okay.
No, that's not how I do it. Keep lowest 1.
Yes.
There you go. 25.
What the fuck?
It was the tea all along.
Mate, the tea was dog shit, yeah.
Yeah. As you pass, Boris nods solemnly to Nyx and says, "Teas are worth starting war for."
It was like I just realized what he said now. I was gonna say it's like a fucking 1-to-1 ratio of milk to tea. That's why it was so shit.
Put the milk in before the tea bag, just like great
Yeah.
English culture.
Oh, God,
in the
let's calm down.
microwave, you know.
And it was a mother's milk.
No.
Ah.
Apparently,
Alright.
Asper didn't like the tea.
Okay.
It's like a Yelp review.
Even Kelvin believes him.
Wait,
Okay.
Did we have tea?
Do you have to?
Wait, we had tea? Right. Okay. Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Not, the thing we just... Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay. So you're back on the street. Basically, like 1 o'clock. You have about 4 hours to kill. You might want to arrive a little bit earlier than when the festival starts. What do you guys want to do now?
Alira is gonna turn towards Nyx, and she's going to point out I don't know what your plans are now, but just interesting tidbit of information. Rictavia was apparently missing the entire day so far.
Is that so? Did you miss his music?
Don't think anyone
Yes,
can.
that's it.
Oh.
That's why it stood out to me.
And I mean, we did see a gypsy cat. Oh no, we saw his cat in the area where
You
we
might want to
fought
go
vampires.
check. I'm just saying, if and even part of our suspicions about him are correct, then his whereabouts might be interesting, and we still have some time before festival.
Yes, I think that's wise. How about we take a walk through the center square where the festivities are culminating, just to get a lay of survey the area briefly? Whilst we walk
Yeah,
down.
we could look out for anything else as well.
Kelvin's good at that, so maybe he rides us for the shoulders once more.
Kelvin's just gonna look at him, just like...
He just grabs Calvin,
narrow his eyes,
shoves him
like-
up.
Ah, okay!
Puts him on Asper's shoulders.
I can imagine Nick kind of like hopping to like plop Kelvin up there.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna do like a terrible like basketball dunk attempt. And as he does so, he's like, "We need to be on the lookout for more things, and you did so well last time."
Could you not have fucking asked?
I thought you might like the surprise.
Not this kind of surprise. You scared the living shit out of me.
I mean, I picked you up. I smelled you, so I am aware.
You smell people as you pick them up.
Oh no, he's small. I lift him up over my head, and his butt was right there in my face.
That was your fault.
I have
No,
to
that's-
agree
It's
with
like
them
how
on
when a
this.
parent picks up a toddler to see if they
Yes. Yes.
Bugs.
Look, Kelvin, just keep an eye on him, okay? You did good last
Shut
time.
up.
And he pats him on the ass again and gives him guidance. Squelch, squelch.
Ah, no.
Even
Moving on.
Weemu didn't like that.
Moving on.
Everyone disliked that.
I mean, I can't blame Weemoo on that one.
Yeah, moving on.
Alright.
Perception. Which one?
As we're walking down through the center square, I believe where the gallows are. I think that's where the main festivities are happening, right?
Oh yeah, me and...
Yes.
Was it me and you or me and Illyria who came across him?
You and Illyria.
Yeah.
But we all came back that way.
Visible disgust, anyway.
Yes. And there's a lot of people in the square. They're working on setting up tables full of different foods. raised platform where you can ridicule people in stocks and hang them, and gallows has been emptied, so there's nobody there. It's also a little bit strange because these small white flowers have been put out everywhere in the square here, but they're also in small bouquets, like around this raised platform, close to the gallows, and it's a very weird juxtaposition between these, flags and hanging. What was it called again, Adrian? When you have lines with like small squares.
Bunting.
Yeah, exactly.
Bunting.
Bunting. Where there's bunting
Oh,
everywhere.
buntings. Yes.
Mhm. And in one on one side of the square, there are also some benches that are being set up towards what seems to be a rudimentary platform that has been raised. And there also seems to be some like a pulley system that is being prepared for something to be raised pretty high up in the air through various ropes and hooks and stabilization. Like pulley system.
I'm assuming I think it's going to be hanged up. Isn't actually there right now.
Yes, it seems like something is prepared to be hanged up in that part of the square. This is supposed to be the greatest celebration of the year. Come on and come everybody to the festival of the blazing sun. But and there's quite a lot of food being put out, and these flowers and these colorful buntings. But the people of Valaki are not seemingly not doing this because they want to. It's more of a duty kind of thing that they're performing. So their movements are slow but efficient. They're doing a job. And so there's not really much like festival like spirit going on in the square. It's just people working.
Mm-hmm. What kind of perception do you wish for me to do? I just wish to look about for any people, like figures, not just normal people, who we like ones we're actually looking for.
Which figures are we actually looking for? Are we looking for Victoria?
Just to be honest, anyone important, but yes.
Oh, okay. Let's
I just wish to see what like anyone other than a normal person, like their expressionisms, like if they're look like they're expecting anything, or whether they're just expecting the event.
So you wish to see if there's like apprehension of some people's faces, or they're like anxious, or
Yeah. Not the normal, oh yeah, we get to do this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's do an empathy composure.
Oh, that's not good. Oh. Oh, shit! I forgot the D. Sorry.
That's fine. 1D. Oh, the D4.
No, I did.
Yeah.
I forgot the D for the D4, but sorry, it's 13.
But don't you have a plus to your perception?
No, this is a
Empathy composure.
Oh,
He's-
empathy composure.
He's checking emotional.
Yeah, I'm not looking specifically for somebody right now. Sorry.
Yes. Underneath this, it's just a job mentality. There's definitely a lot of tension in the air. People looking over their shoulders, looking at each other, asking themselves what side they're on and if they should trust them.
Is this like them basically questioning each other with gazes, or
Yes.
questioning themselves? Okay, sorry.
They ask each other if they can, what side they're on.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of uneasiness of who's actually on whose, so nobody really does know exactly who's on each side. Alright,
Yes.
that could lead to complications later. I will pass on. does not seem that, they're actually knowing who's on whose side. He's just gonna basically say that just down to Asphodel, because I'm assuming he's a bit out of Nyx to say it quietly enough.
Mm-hmm. All right.
She'll nod her head.
That could lead to complications. Keep that in mind.
She, still subtly nod her head.
I hope she doesn't put her head too far back, because if she does, then Kelvin's
No.
gonna fall off the back.
It's subtle. It's subtle. It's like,
Yeah.
yes. She knows. She knows her neck.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Towards the caravan park? Or wherever the hell his caravan was.
Would it be
It was at
possible,
this stockyard.
Yeah.
Would it be
as
possible?
we're
Uh-huh.
walking through here, obviously we're all kind of keeping our eyes out.
Uh-huh.
Nyx's sort of priority is less about the feeling of the people, but more about if there are any stronghold structures or guardhouses or usually there's a culmination of where guards kind of hang out together and sort of have donuts. I don't know.
Yes, for there
So
seem
it's the reason for it's more if we were to just run in here, guns blazing, so to speak, where would the majority of the force kind of maybe come from?
well, the base of the guards inside of Valaki is in the Reformation Center. It's a fort, a small fort. And then you also have a lot of guards, and of course around on the walls by the gates. And then you just seem to have patrols going through the city. So probably from the Burgomaster's mansion, you would have the most guards, if that makes sense. That's their headquarters.
Right, and that's to the west.
Yes, we can go
Right, okay.
back to. Hello? Yeah, it's right there. That's the.
Right, and we are here.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so the likelihood is that they'll come directly from the west through there. Okay,
Mhm.
if called for. Okay, good to know. That's what. But there's no specific forces in this square right now. They're just doing the work.
Yes, and watching people, making sure that they are doing their work. That's what they're doing.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so do we
Continue.
head for the stockyards?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. There's a bit of a tidal force of people to go through because you're walking in the wrong direction, if that makes sense. But you eventually make it there. You look at the the catastrophe, which was the coffins. The coffin situation. In that direction, and you see that most of that house has been stripped down. It doesn't really exist anymore yet, except for a stone foundation of what the house sat on. It's a lot of wood splinters, and various materials strewn around in the grass around it, but the whole house has been dismantled.
That's weird. All is fine in Velaki.
All is
We
well in
know,
Valaki.
we know he's a madman in denial at this point.
Bit more than denial.
Is Victorio's cart in this little square here?
Yes, you can still see it there, being parked. and currently there's not a lot of people here. Sometimes a wagon and like 2 people come in to bring out something from a storehouse, because there are a few storehouses around the stockyard, taking different materials. But they're focused on their work. And the houses around seems to be empty. They're probably off somewhere doing something for the festival.
All the houses are empty?
Yeah, around here in the stockyard.
Huh. Okay.
The establishment over here, though, that is a storefront, is definitely open.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was gonna ask, because like we passed by there before.
Yes.
That's the Arasax stockyard, right?
Yeah, that's the RS6 stockyard. They basically own most of this place.
Mm. And there are people inside. Okay. Well, I don't know if he is sleeping in this cataleria, but or if he wishes to even take it with him. But maybe he's home.
I mean, we can try.
Would you like me to knock, or you want to? You seem to have like this thing with him.
I highly doubt it.
What? You know his tunes? I mean, I'm happy to knock. It's just I don't want to.
I'll knock.
All right.
And Lyria just walks up and knocks.
Alright, you knock on the door. Several seconds pass, no answer.
Like if it's open, maybe. People seem to be going to disappear around here, and even buildings disappear.
I mean, just gonna try to see if it's open.
The back door is locked.
She's going to knock again. It's gonna be like, it's me, Illyria.
Nope. No answer. Seems
Alright.
vacant.
Are there windows on this thing?
Yeah, are there windows?
It's colorful, but no windows.
Maybe Kelvin's ears or nose or whatever.
Shall I sniff him out?
Basically.
Aspida will pick up Kelvin and deploy him.
Deploy to Kelvin!
Deploy the Kelvin!
Oh my god, you're like
It's like a metal
bloodhound.
detector.
Alright.
Yeah, you just hold like his legs.
Oh my god.
It's like a wheelbarrow, you know?
Sniffing.
Do you
He
get
shall
pets and
look
snacks?
about to see if he's even left. Like,
Alright,
yeah.
let's do a smell test, I guess. Perception intelligence.
a... 21.
Oh,
21! Wow!
that's some heckin' sniff test.
Wow!
Sniffer at work.
Deploy
What can I
Kelvin.
say? I've got a nose like a dog.
Alright, this is a really good roll. But you have a +8 there. What you can smell from this wagon is that despite the slightly fading, like, stark red paint that is the roof and the like bright blues that is the sides and this yellow plaque that says, you know, Rictavio's traveling wonders. The smell of the cart itself smells very strongly of wood, which makes you feel like it actually smells pretty new. And beyond that, inside of the wagon, in the little holes that you can find, even if it's very sturdy built, there's a bit of a smell of leather, oil, and metal coming from inside.
Oh,
How sturdily is the whole thing like actually built? Like upon study, because I'm imagining from a glance it would just look like a normal caravan. Is it just a normal caravan, like built?
It reminds you a little bit of the prison wagon that was in the Vistani camp, as in the wood is a little bit thicker than the normal wagons that the Vistani uses.
So it's built uncommonly sturdily. Adelia,
yes.
I think your friend is a little more than we think, because this is
we
not
have
built like a
known
normal
that.
wagon. Yeah.
For a while. I mean,
Yeah, but I don't think we really had much proof, did we?
yeah, this might confirm our suspicions. Not that we can do much with that now that he's apparently left.
Are you sure he's not inside?
There's no one around here. I could maybe try and open the lock. You watch my back.
As for that can stand in the way, to be honest.
Hey,
Yes.
that's just size shaming.
Illyria is just gonna like take the last chance at the door and just kind of like knock again and instead this time say Rickton, but like not too loud.
There's no answer.
Work your magic, but don't get caught. And she just kind of steps aside for Nyx.
I'll try my best. I'm not sure I've opened this kind of cut before, but maybe they're like the same. He produces little thieves toolkit.
Ooh, exciting. Let's roll some subterfuge with dexterity.
Subterfuge.
It's a pretty straightforward lock in the back door, but it's built pretty sturdily. So it's on the dexterity. No smirts involved if you know what you're doing. A 10? No. This lock seems to be stubborn. Can't open it. Any
No, maybe
moment
it's
now.
really new. It's very stiff. These tools aren't perfect. The only other tools we have to get in are, well, axes.
And as for that,
How bad do we need to get in there?
Well, we don't necessarily.
it does seem kind of suspicious why he'd be trying to, like, disguise it using an old sort of paint job thing, even though it's basically a fresh
Because he
car.
is probably
Do you
trying
want to-
to hide his identity.
Do you think it's just the paint? Do you think we could wash off the paint?
I imagine it's sort of like a plaster paint, you know?
What kind of paint is it?
Yeah. What kind of paint is this?
Water-based, soluble, or is
Yeah.
it like
Should have written
oil-based?
this down, come on.
I mean, any paint that you have, that is going to bear the brunt of weather is going to be oil-based. So it is oil-based.
Okay. If it's oil-based, then theoretically you could chip it away. Asada, I think you have the sharpest tool here.
How is anybody around? Like, I know it's quiet, but are their eyes looking?
As their eyes looking, let's do a perception intelligence for that, my friend.
All right, perception,
Let's
intelligence.
see.
Where's my perception? Where'd it go?
What? Somebody says something.
Take a
to me?
look-see.
Oh, there it is. I found it. 8.
8. I mean, that cart that was carrying some extra shares is just leaving the stockyard, and you can't see anybody else for now.
I don't think anyone would care. But if anyone tries, well, what are they going to do? Tell them to not stop?
Tell the guards.
Well,
Have at it.
Oh, okay. And she'll use her
You
halberd.
Sure, this is a good idea.
What's the worst that can happen?
Well, it could
Us
jeopardize
getting
our-
arrested
Let's
again.
go. Hurry up.
Okay. She'll quickly do a little swipe, just
At the paint.
at the paint.
All right.
One quick swoop.
It ships off, kinda easily, and it's just wood underneath.
No, I expected something more.
Like what?
Like another sign or another name.
I think it's even more suspicious though that you'd make a cart and then make it old.
I don't know, but he's clearly not here. So, unless you wish to break in, not much we can do. Actually, like, can Nix look around to see if he can see Van Richten? Not Van Richten, sorry. Victavio.
Victoria. Yeah, you could do a perception intelligence for that.
Watching us deface his property. 7.
No, you don't see Victoria, nor anybody else looking in your direction currently.
Anything else you want to do here, Lydia?
No, I think we're done here, although it does leave some very interesting questions about exactly... Well, we have an idea of who he could be.
If I'm honest, it's a lot easier to say sorry than it is to ask for permission.
What?
As you break in and then say sorry.
Do you want me to try?
Nix looks down at Calvin like with his arms crossed and like an eyebrow raised. And I'm all ears in terms of what you want to do here, my friend.
I was thinking more of me just telling Asfur to break the door down.
Oh, smart delegation. Good.
Alright, I'm just thinking about why we would need to know more if he's not here anywhere, although it might be good to know where his allegiances lie.
Well, I don't think your friend would have much use for leathers, oils, and metals, since that's all I fucking smelt.
Metals, oils, and letters.
I mean,
It's
if
like he's
he
making
is...
something.
Leather, oils, and metals. He was the one that gave you that doll.
He was.
What would a bard do with the leather, oils, and metals?
Why would the bard want to make his cart look old?
Because he is not a bard.
Could be a bounty hunter.
Well, he's definitely from outside the mist.
Well, I have no personal attachments for him, and she'll do one last quick sweep, look around.
This
Weird,
time,
like-
Robin will also do one.
Let me point out that we have suspicions about his identity, and I know that there is somebody called Rick working for Straw.
Which gives us even more thing to want to know more.
That is true.
So how's that look-see going? Anybody?
Yeah.
You do see two people and a push cart move into the stockyard and head towards one of the the warehouses here. So you all like pause and like try to look like you know, you're just out on a stroll and you're not doing anything, a little bit like Kronk.
Squeaky.
Yeah.
Yes. You're trying to act natural. As you wait for them to leave, and they give you a little bit weird looks, but not substantially.
We've been having those the whole time. It's fine.
Because they're just you know, they just think that you're outsiders outside the myths, and you're just weird in general. And you watch them leave. It's all in all, it's a very awkward like 5 minutes. But eventually they leave, and you're alone again.
Okay, 10 seconds after they leave, she's like, okay, here we go. And she's busting down that door with a foot and her halberd.
All right.
She busting down that
So
bitch.
are we like using a kick? Are we like using the
Throwing Calvin at it.
Are we
No!
using the
Just
halberd
whack
to
it
destroy
with the
the
helmet
hinges?
until it breaks.
What
A
are we
Listen,
doing?
I've been chucked downstairs. I'm fine.
A firm kick. All right. Let's,
Firm kick with purpose.
all right. Let's do an athletics checks with Braun.
I like hype Asford up. You can do this. You can do this. Cast guidance. You can do this. I got.
You want to say I can do this?
You need it. You can do it.
It's just starting to doubt
You
himself.
can do it. You can do it. Go. Kick it.
All right. You know, new pants.
21.
You're gonna you know, you haven't really warmed up. I mean, it was Braun. It's a Braun. It's 9, right? Plus 1 is 11 total.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your aim is a little bit off, and it's just the whole wagon kind of just rolls a little bit away from you. And
Is there any noise that comes from it, like a shout or?
No, there's no noise so far. It was a pretty loud thud though, so you might need to go at it pretty quickly if you want to try again.
Oh yeah, she'll try again. This time she's going to focus on the door
Uh-huh.
and think about the boy's face. And imagine that she's stomping her foot on it. Can I get advantage?
The anger is coursing through them.
Do you have inspiration left for that awesome roleplay you did?
Let's see. Let me. Where did I put my inspiration? Where would I put that?
At the top.
Oh, I do! I do!
There you go. Perfect.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll use my inspiration.
Nick's hyping her up again.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. It's a guidance as well. You can do this.
All right.
Go. You can do it. Focus.
Woo! And then the one before.
Whoa!
Ah!
20.
All right.
20.
A loud thud and a bit of metal complaining as the lock itself is kind of ripped apart, and the wagon doors like slam at their own hinges and kind of ricochets back and like goes wide open for you all to look inside. Nice. Very, very nice. And you all look into the inside of the wagon, which is built as sturdily as the walls. Very, very efficient layout with a lot of cupboards. There seems to be a strong box sitting in a corner, completely made out of metal. A simple bunk bed, and a lot of hidey holes in cupboards, and very stark, to the point, efficient. And you kind of like expected something like a big reveal, right? And it's just this, it's just very smart layout inside that is sturdy with a lot of places to store things.
She'll pick up the strong box made out of metal.
I mean, you have to walk inside to do that, and
Yeah, she totally would.
all right. You need to bend over quite a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
She knows.
She knows.
She's used to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you you walk in there, and you want to lift the strong box, huh?
Yeah.
Make me a dexterity saving throw.
Gosh.
Ask
Ooh. I see.
me to do a fucking dex. Oh no. The biggest bitch around doing it now. They're trying to kill us with it.
11.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not enough. Okay, make me a vitality saving throw.
Ah, shit. A
Shit.
vitality save. Vitality save. Well, I'm pretty good at these. 22.
22. Damn. All right. You feel a sting in your arm as there is a little needle that has made it through your plates of scales, and you are going to take 9 poison damage plus 1 piercing damage, so 10 in total. And you feel there's something seeping into your bloodstream, making you feel dizzy, but you steal your mind and you're able to shake it off, and so you are not poisoned.
She sort of kind of bares her teeth, a bit not happy about that, for muttering, "Poison needle. Well, what sort of bard is that? Not a bard at all."
How
Well,
about before we proceed, we check for more?
I think anything that has been triggered with the fact that Asura literally picked up the whole thing.
True, still.
Where do you want to take this box?
I don't know.
Oh. So you just picked it up? That was that?
Yeah, like, where is this needle coming from? Like, what part of the box did the needle poke?
There seems to be some kind of pressure plate underneath the container, and the needle actually fired from the wall.
Oh,
So there could be more.
yeah, from the
it out.
wall. Okay.
Bring it out.
Yeah. She is going to, bring this box out.
Maybe I should at least check it for bard-like traps.
That would be prudent, yes.
Is that a takes one to know one part?
Well, if he was a real bard, maybe I could figure this out, but unless you have other expertise to determine this.
Me a bard. Yeah. Funny.
Well, mechanisms, traps, things like that. No?
You'll probably have as good an idea as I do. I wasn't really that good at those.
Right. Next we'll take a look at the mechanism as Asura's holding it.
Alright.
See if there's any sort of like wires or hooks, like maybe on the latch or anything like that to see if it's also trapped.
Investigation.
A dirty 20.
20. Damn. This steel strongbox has 3 locks in the front. And the one in the middle there's definitely some kind of trigger to that lock. What it does, you don't know, but there's a trigger to it.
Are we going to like, I mean, I can try to open it, but it seems very complex. Maybe several attempts, and the middle one seems to have some sort of mechanism attached to it that whether or not I can disarm it, I might have to disable the first lock first. But I've never seen such intricacies of strongbox or locking mechanisms. And one thing's for sure, though, this box seems to be useful. The outside of the box, like what is the actual decoration or like the style of the box? Does it look like it's from Barovia?
I mean, it doesn't have any. Make me. Make me a perception intelligence. Make me a perception intelligence, please. 16. Okay. It is very efficiently built. There's no time for frivolity or like adding gemstones or some cool like patterns. Usually, you know, when you have like a noble strong box where they have their money and their gems and the jewelry, it's usually a little bit ornamental to just, you know, push the fact into your face that I'm way more wealthy than you are.
That sounds like a little bit of a rant.
But this is built for function. So it is just basically seems to be a base of wood that has been clad in metal, and you know, having these 3 sturdy locks in the front is a little bit imposing almost. But very, very faintly on the lid, just above the middle lock, there's a crossbow and a scroll crossing each other. An engraving.
But, Lyria, wasn't this the symbol that you saw when you saw the prisoners at the Velaki camp? Vistani camp.
Yes. That's it.
Does the symbol mean anything to Nyx? Has he seen it before?
No, you haven't seen it before.
Does it ring a bell for anyone? It seems like it keeps popping up.
Does it?
Well, you've seen it in 2 places now.
I mean, not just then, but you know, outside.
Box.
Maybe what's within might tell us.
Alright.
But I
You hear
don't think we should do it here.
Yeah, you hear the sound of a cart rolling in behind you.
Maybe around the back of one of the houses?
Sounds like a plan. Let's get going.
Yeah, time to go.
You try to like shield the strong box, I guess. What do you do with the doors? Do you just leave them open?
Well, I
Shut the
try
door.
to pull them. Yeah, I try to pull it. Well, it's only like bent in, but he like pulls it back as best he can.
Alright, okay. And then you just
He leaves a
roll.
note saying sorry.
Alright. And you skid around a empty building. In the dead autumn grass. It's a little bit muddy, it's a little bit wet, but there you are. Behind a facade of a building.
Anyone else have any tricks for this? I mean, I can certainly have a whack at it, but this guy seems to know how to keep things secret. Can't guarantee I will have success first time. Wait, does Nick knows that nobody can do lockpicking except for him, right?
I mean, nobody has offered.
Yeah, Lyria just kind of shakes her head, like, sorry.
Okay. But Nyx will like realize that so when you said 3 locks, you think that the locks are side by side or they're like one on top of each other?
They're side by side.
Okay, so he knows the one that is trapped. So he'll. Is it possible to try and to disarm that trap by itself, or does it look like I have to undo 1 lock first?
It does look like it has to be done with your investigation. That it is a specific order to them, and
Okay.
it's
So I'll do the first lock then. And
left,
then...
right, center kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. The smaller locks and the big one in the middle. Okay. He will rub his hands on his legs, on his knees, as he blows some heat into his fingers, and he casts guidance on himself as he whispers to himself, "I've got this."
Okay, let's roll for the first one.
19.
19. It takes you a while and a lot of finagling, but eventually you hear a click, and you know that the first lock has been disarmed. Oh well, opened, disarmed. You did it.
Really expect that I did have this, but apparently I do. Make sure no one's watching, because it might take a little longer. And he will proceed to do the second small one, the one that is not trapped.
Alright.
Kelvin will keep a lookout as he's doing it, just looking around about.
Yeah, Lyria's also just kind of like looking out and I guess trying to maybe stand somewhere where she can your necks or something like that.
Yeah. Stand like a bit of a circle around him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do see the wall, but there's a bit of trees in between you and the wall. You're basically, just over here, behind here. You can see sometimes if you aim, if you twist your torso, you can see in between the houses to the road, but there's some stuff in between you and there.
Yeah.
So unless you were really lucky spotting you guys, or unless you're looking for you, it might be very hard to find you.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
you feel pretty
just
secure.
being careful.
All right, let's roll for the second one, huh?
Once tomorrow with guidance, he's doing this with duty and diligence and fear.
Okay.
I've got this. It's another
What?
90.
Hey!
Once more,
Silent applause.
your hands are getting that, that cold sweat kind of feel, and you slip a little bit, but you are able to work these locks pretty well, and after a few minutes there's another click.
The next one I believe is there's a mechanism attached to it, and maybe you might want to give me a little bit more room here. Given what happened to Asuda, I don't know exactly what might come out if I fail here.
Does the thing go into the box like the mechanism?
It's more like there's a hook or something that might trigger if I attempted to unlock it without disconnecting it.
Be prepared.
Be prepared.
You know what, right? It took so much willpower to not break into song there. It's
I will do it for you. Okay.
Okay. What would you like me to do to disarm the trap?
To disarm it, probably looking at a cunning test. Definitely cunning. Coupled, I think it would be a subterfuge cunning to open it, to disarm it. I mean.
Subterfuge cunning. With more guidance upon guidance. He holds his breath as he does this.
Alright.
Go! 22!
Wow! What are you
Oh my
rolling right
God.
now? Yeah, you're able to break the trigger, its connection to the lock without making the trigger go off. And yeah, you do a little victory dance probably.
I just let out the held air
Good job.
I cut the
Just
red
gonna
wire.
peek up from behind the trash can, just huh?
There's like a beads of sweat on his brow.
Yeah. Whew. Whew. You know that meme when he's gonna press which, the two buttons?
Yeah.
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 Okay,
Alright.
home straight here, but someone seems to be the trickiest.
Yeah, this lock is bigger than the other two. Seem to be
But
even more stubborn.
does it feel like the sturdiness of the strong boxes come loose a little bit with two locks disengaged?
Yes.
Okay,
It wiggles more, if that makes sense.
it wiggles. Okay, well, last one, guys. I've
I'm
got
gonna
this.
see myself out.
I've got this.
No, I don't got this one.
You spend several minutes, swearing to yourself and muttering, but yeah, the middle locks just don't wanna budge, and you ship one of your tools a little bit.
I tried. This is far too complex. Unless you want to try and break it,
It's alright.
it's safer and it looks less sturdy, but I don't know. If I continue, my tools might break.
Yeah. You get the feeling that if you try again now, you may succeed, but if you fail, you probably will have to pay some money to fix your tools.
What do you think? Try once more and risk it, or just I don't know. Alternative suggestions are valid.
I mean, it's up to you, although I'm sure we can cover for your tools if something breaks.
You got that Victor money.
Ah, okay. Well, sure. Well, if you're happy to, but no guarantees here. I'll try my best.
You
and he,
got
like-
this, Snakes.
Thank you, Olivia. I appreciate it. He takes a closer look at what he did wrong. Like try and gets the tumblers to not slip on his tools, and he forces it a little harder and he rolls a 20.
What? Oh, several minutes go by, and there are a few moments where you're like, shit, I'm losing, and then like victory comes closer, and then like, shit, I'm losing, but eventually that jubilant sound of a click is heard.
Well, I think I got it. And he very warily, slowly lifts the lid.
It's a heavy lid. The strong box itself was almost very heavy. But you open it up, and you see several more different sizes of wooden boxes inside.
All with locks?
No.
No.
15 more to go.
No. It's just boxes to contain stuff.
Are they labeled?
No, they're not. But they're all very well taken care of. They basically like they have gotten a fresh, oil, wood oil, kind of treatment, not that long ago. And they have like really nice rounded corners. It's a dark, rich wood. It's very well taken care of, and somebody put some extra coin into making this all look nice and tidy.
Just take one and see what's inside.
All right. You.
Everyone peering over Nix's shoulders as he's like kneeling in front of it with like knees in the mud.
All right. So you got different sizes of them. You have a few boxes that are pretty long but not that high. You got some boxes that are pretty long but very high. Then like one that seems to be quite massive. One box that is very, very long, like we're talking about, like a meter.
A meter? How big is this strong box?
I was about to say, actually, I thought it was
How
like
big
a...
is the
it
strong
Calvin
box?
size?
And
Fucking big one.
also,
Can
I'm
Calvin fit
very
it?
intrigued by the
Yeah.
1 meter box.
It's a Calvin box?
It's maybe more of a trunk, a strong
Fuck
trunk.
you.
Oh,
strong
a trunk.
trunk.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, holy hell, you can fit like 2 bodies in
Roll
there.
somebody's trunk. Okay.
Yeah.
This entire time,
Calvin.
I thought it was like 2 jewelry boxes put together.
Yeah, I thought it was like maybe on the bigger side of the box.
It's a
Wow,
water.
that thing's massive. I thought you can fit like 2 dead bodies in there, yeah.
I'm very
yeah.
intrigued by the one that's a meter long.
Well, let's just like open them. I mean, it seems like
Yeah, we
everything
might-
is
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Just like we'll open them one by one, but the idea is
Yes.
to like get a sense of just like what's within here.
Yeah, and then you got basically a square box that is very, very big. And then like some smaller ones. Okay,
We opened them.
You opened them!
opened them
Oh my
all.
god!
Opened them.
Which one do you go for first?
Long.
All of them.
Oh my god! Okay.
I made a decision. Calvin's gonna pull out
The
the
very
long one.
long one? Okay.
Yeah, he always pulls out the long one.
Hey, be quiet. You be quiet there. You pull out long ones too. And short ones, actually, mainly.
Anyway, Calvin immediately takes up the long one, I guess, and
Curiosity takes over.
inside is this brown satin fabric that has an indention in it that looks like it was meant for a short sword, but there's no short sword inside.
So it's like a scabbard.
Yes, it's very wide. It's almost like you put the scabbard and the sword inside of the box.
Ah. So there's a missing area. All right.
But it seems like it was.
Does it look like this box has actually been recently opened?
You can't tell that.
Okay. Thank you.
You just know it's a short sword could have laid in there once upon a time. And it does carry a scent of smell of leather, metal, and oil.
Yeah, get the fumes.
Well, from the strong box itself, since it's made of metal.
Yeah.
The smaller boxes, they were not that tall, but pretty long. There's about 10 of them. 7 are empty with just this brown satin fabric inside of them. 3 are still filled with crossbow bolts. Where one box of them have a very the tips of the crossbows are very, very bright. They're not a gray iron color. They're way brighter metal on the top.
How? Just one box.
Yeah, one of the boxes. Then you got the taller boxes that were pretty long. Seems to contain several vials of water.
How many? Several.
10. 10
10.
vials of, and this is a very brittle glass that is see-through and just contains water, and it is like really nice, like palm-sized. And the corks in the top has a thrust into them. There's a like a little seal ring. The big square box has a very complicated pattern inside of it, covered in this brown satin, for a pretty complicated piece of a machinery to be put inside. Can somebody roll investigation for me, please, to figure that one out?
Who wants to do that?
They could have.
I mean, I have a. I feel I'm 6 good at investigation.
Oh, fair.
Ah, yeah. I feel like I'm only 2 good, you know?
I feel like I'm only 1 good because Illyria sucks at everything.
I got nothing.
Be quiet.
Good old goose eggs.
So was that, Asada?
I got 0.
Okay, so Nix will do the whole investigation thing. With a nat 1.
Hell
You
yeah!
have no idea. Absolutely
That's what
no
we're
idea.
talking about. These are the rules.
That's our boy!
At least I opened the box, damn it. Okay, so it's machinery for something. For something. Got it.
Then you got one box that in neat stacked rows there are copper coins, all aged. About half of it is gone. Then another box with stacked silver coins, all of them aged. Like in 20% of it is gone. And then a box with stacked gold coins, all aged, with a few of them gone. And then lastly, you have 2 circular tubes made of leather that you open up, where you find 2 very, very fine papers, where there is Coptic runes scribbled onto them in very fine silvery ink.
Can I look at them and see if they are spells I recognize?
Sure. Sure. Let's do an occult check.
Just gonna put that here. With intelligence.
Mhm.
He just feels magic. He doesn't know magic. Gets a 6.
A 6. No. What is your list of spells?
Do, do, do.
Do.
Healing word, guiding bolt, shield, moonbeam, prayer of healing, spiritual weapon, blur, invisibility, and revivify.
No, none of them you recognize. And you got those crossbow bolt boxes. There were 7 empty that were exactly the same as the 3 that contain crossbow bolts.
Well, maybe I study these runes. Unless they look familiar to any of you. I'm
Can
sure.
have a look, but
Yeah, I still
it
know.
shouldn't be a surprise at this point that I didn't really pay attention that much in magic class.
Well, maybe they just ring a bell. What's the worst that can happen? Here, take a look.
And then lastly, the absolute last box in there, a pretty big square one, but not that high, contains in a very neat and 2 neat rows 10 wooden sticks. All of
8.
them, yes,
Mhm.
formed the stakes, and on top of them is the same insignia of the crossbow crossed with the scroll on the hilt of them. And they smell deeply of wood oil, like they're well taken care of.
What if it is Richten's insignia or something?
Is he a
Well,
fucking vampire hunter?
Well,
one thing's
yes.
for sure, he's not a bard.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
we did suspect.
He didn't know that many fucking things, did he?
Well, where's the instruments? Where's the filigree? Where's the color? There's nothing. Just.
He only played 2 songs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
But-
Right.
That confirms what we already suspected, and what was it doing? Do you think he got caught at some point?
Unless he was expecting to deal with the vampires in the coffin makers.
Or he
Well,
could've
no,
went-
I'm thinking about the wagon, the prison wagon.
Maybe. We wouldn't know until we find him, but if this is Rictario's wagon, and these are vampire hunting equipments, we know that Esmeralda was looking for him too, and she's out there, going to his tower or wherever, and now if it's really him and he's just disguising himself, then why is he here? What is he doing here when... And why is Esmeralda... Why does she know where he is?
I mean, I could go out on a little bit of a here, and obviously we don't know if that's the case, but if I remember correctly, it was like scratched like into like the prison wagon, right?
Yes, on the inside.
Strahd told me that if I should require like any aid or whatever, he has somebody inside of this town named Rickton that I could turn to. And we saw the same symbol that was on this box etched into the prison wagon. Now, if it is maybe a family insignia of sorts, it could also have been etched by maybe his son that we know is here. But
Hold on. Why would the vampire hunter side with the vampire?
what about his son?
What about the son? You think he is the black sheep of the family? He wants to stick it to the old man, literally.
Don't call me out like that. But we know that Strahd has no qualms about threatening loved ones, and she just kind of like looks over at Nyx.
I'm aware of this. Maybe we just grab everything and... Well,
Illyria, I want you to roll an intelligence check for me, please.
Me?
Yes, you.
God, did I just talk like a bunch of bullshit?
No,
there is no sun.
it's a conversation that you have forgotten.
16.
Yeah. When Esmeralda popped into the wagon as you were traveling from Castle Ravenloft back to the crossroads, when she talked about her mentor, she said that she had followed him back to Barovia because he had learned that his son had been kidnapped and brought here.
Yeah. Isn't that what I just said?
I'm just gonna double check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no, Illyria's like, well, we know Strahd has his son,
Yes.
So,
and people do a lot for their children, I think.
mhm.
So, you think he's double agenting kind of thing?
I don't
think
know.
he's being forced to help, but doesn't want to at all, so he's prepared, to...
Right. Well, that makes sense. Well,
That's what I'm getting from it anyway.
if he could be an ally in, say, slaying you know who.
He would definitely make for a good ally.
Mm-hmm.
And that would mean Esmeralda would also be looking to achieve this objective too. She seemed very close with her mentor. Who has a bag big enough for this stuff?
I mean,
Or just walk around with a trunk?
I guess we could just,
Give
I
it
don't know,
back.
try to sneak back there and put it back.
Put the empty box back?
Well, I mean, it's gonna be a bit hard to convince him that we're gonna be the winners in this if we just stole all his stuff. Also, we don't know if we can trust him.
Okay, that's a smart
Honestly,
idea. I mean, we are okay with coin for now. I mean, we could take a little bit of coin, you know, share, I like. And what if I leave a note within the trunk? On top, we put everything back. Maybe, and then just on top, we leave a message from us.
And what do you suppose we say? Sorry we broke in and took some of your money.
how about we do not take his money?
Hmm.
Fine. Okay. No money taken, but a note? Note? Yes. Are we happy with this plan?
What would we tell him?
We say who we are. We say what we intend to do. And we offer a meeting place. Time and location.
It's risky, but worth a shot.
Maybe since we're on our way to Kresk, to meet us there, and
You have to keep in mind that Strahd has a son, presumably.
well, I don't know if he speaks in riddles or if you want me to make it really cryptic, so he has to figure it out like a crazy scavenger hunt. But
I would rather not send the man on a crazy scavenger hunt, but I'd also like to not endanger him or his son.
I think, well, call me crazy, but I don't know if Strahd has a habit of rifling through trunks. I can try and lock it again, since I kind of know the lock,
Just
maybe.
leave him a note. It's fine.
Okay, I'll leave him a note. Shall we just say, well, trying to think where we're heading next after this whole thing burns down, but
I don't know, maybe we could try to help out around the place, depending on if Valaki still stands. Because if I remember correctly, we're still all in need of some souls.
I have an idea, Lyria. Since you know him and you bonded over this song, why don't you leave him a verse or two of the song as a way of saying it was you? You know, something. It's like a little bit of a code, but. And then just merely where we meet up. A dangerous liaison.
Do you want to meet him outside of here, or should we tell him in Kresk?
I think, well, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, DM, I believe there is a tower to the west of here.
Yes, on the in between Kresk and Valaki, Esmeralda said that he had found a tower that is made his home in.
Oh, the tower. Right.
Just say we'd love to hear him play again in the tower. Something like that.
Illyria is gonna put down a note with like 1 or 2 verses of that like incredibly like crude like song.
Hello, mother. Hello,
And
father.
then she's gonna put down. I would like to hear you play again at the tower,
Mm-hmm.
or at your tower.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And you place a note inside. Closes all of the locks. But I would say that you don't have the skill to like reattach the trigger because the trigger now is destroyed.
That's fine.
But you close the lid and just say goodbye to all those riches and supplies.
Who was that for us to take?
Well,
I
it's
mean,
not like. Oh, maybe we
depends-
could use it. Maybe we could, but.
Depends upon your perspective, I guess.
Okay.
And then with Asvada's help of carrying this pretty heavy thing, you you got that.
Is this the moment where we just walk in and he's just standing in his wagon, like
No,
Just
no.
arms crossed, yeah.
No,
I mean,
from
this is
from
disappointing.
behind the house facade, Calvin's head like pops out from the side. Then Illyria's, then Nyx, then Asfada's highest up. As you look to see if there's anybody up there, you have to wait for a moment because there are some people there. But you find eventually after some minutes a what seems to be a calm moment where you like sprint out, throw in the strong box and close the doors as much as you can. But it's quite noticeable that if you take a look at the doors that they are bending in a way that you shouldn't.
Okay. Well, at least we discovered something. I'm proud of us. Good job, Kevin.
Alright. So at this point it's probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You have less than 3 hours until the festival.
How are
Dun,
you
dun,
feeling?
dun.
As for
Dun,
that,
dun, dun.
took a little bit of a injury.
Oh yeah, I can do a little short rest.
Spend a HD, a health dice.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. You go. I mean, if you unless you have any like important things to do, we can say that you go back to the Blue Water Inn, to your room. You bring up some food, some blight like ale, and you rest. And I don't know, how early do you want to go to the festival?
Not
Let's
like on
say
time. I think earlier.
Go a
Okay.
bit early, but like not too early.
Like a quarter? Is that a perfect amount?
Quite well. We want to like establish a location. You know, we don't have to like arrive immediately and then have to like rush. We want to see people come in. I suppose.
So
And
half
just
an hour.
Half an hour, but like staying on the sidelines. You know,
Yes.
watch.
Okay. So you spend about 2 hours at the inn, just lounging about, taking it easy, preparing yourself mentally and physically for whatever's going to happen that night. Is there anything you do as preparation, or have a bit of a pep talk amongst each other?
I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen after this. I do know that Velaki will no longer be the same. One way or another. And whilst I do have this burning hatred for this kid, it feels like death is the very cowardly way out. I feel like he should suffer more than that. Just like he made the girl suffer.
I am sure if she gets her hands on him, Lady Vactor will make sure. I'll try not to stab any vital parts if I get to it.
And if you're going to lop off a limb, cauterize it quickly. There's plenty of torches around.
Sure, he doesn't need all of these.
I might just be angry enough to manage to chop something off with a rapier.
Just remember to cauterize it. The torch, preferably. Firebolt works as well.
Oh, I've been wanting to use this little burning hands trick of mine.
Alright.
Are we the bad guys?
We're
Nah, we're good. We're
We're-
fine.
serving justice.
And with murder on the mind, and since
We
I
are
got
not
murder
the
on my
bad
mind.
guys.
and
Just the angry guys.
because Aeronox has to leave early tonight, then we're going to leave right here for tonight, and the session right here. And next time, in the beginning of the episode, we are definitely going to do the Festival of the Blazing